Have you cast a Skagit? It's this fucking thick. It's gonna turn it over.
How do you deal with the mustache thing? It gets so fucking annoying.
You see the straw right though? It fucking Kelly Gallup. Like, we fucking cut our
Sex
teeth.
dungeon.
Sex dungeon. We fucking cut our teeth at the Sky streamer fishing.
Sam, 575 launch. Rio.
So T11's 3 grains heavier than T8, and I'm just like, bitch, who do you think you're talking to?
Bring them.
Brang is not a word.
Brung. Brought them. Brung them. Brought them. English is weird.
Oh my god, I'm so
this
hot.
This is spicy. This is
it's
like
spicy.
You're missing royalties.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Hang down. Fuck the hang down. Fuck the hang down. That's a bumper sticker.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I think I'd rather have a hang down fish than nothing.
That's because you're a trout fisherman.
Amen, brother.
Oh, we're 8 minutes late. Nobody signed on. Cool. So let's just go ahead and end video.
You like carp?
Love him.
Love carp.
Super excited Colby's here.
This is good. This is real good.
That was kind of nice. Drink dinner. Yeah, there's a sandwich in every can. We could do that.
Drink dinner, yeah.
Everybody sends me these requests to be in your live video.
I get those, and they're really fucking annoying because the people who do it, you would never want them in the video. Like, no, that's not. I'd imagine there's got to be like a fat figure.
Well, you just dissed Larry, so it was him. So.
Sorry, Larry. There he goes.
But I think, like, I'm old, so I've done that too. I'm like watching like a live one. I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't know why I want to hit that button, but I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Now that you can have multiple videos in your live feed,
I don't know. I think it's a fat finger.
Do it. Where's the hot chick? I mean, if you're talking about Savannah,
I'm right here, bitch.
hot chick isn't like great terminology, but yeah.
This is learning to be a shit show. Attaboy,
The
Larry.
woman from last week is upstairs taking care of business.
Yeah.
Tennessee tarpon, I like that. We got mud marlin, swamp donkeys, any other carp.
Mud marlin, I think, is the best.
That's a good one, huh?
That's
I wish I
fucking
could
good.
claim ownership of that, but it's something I read or heard or saw.
Swamp donkey's overplayed. Mud marlin? Fuck.
Yeah, like people say, like golden bonefish. It's like, they're like, I think carp take bigger shits than the size of bonefish people catch, so I don't think that's accurate.
True.
But it's John Montana's little hybrid. Look at this little guy. You can't tell what it is. Look at the fly. Look at my big hand and my fingernails. I don't care. Sewer trout, not bad. Freshwater bonefish,
Ditch donkey. That's got some liminess to it. I don't know.
Yeah. But
It's close to ditch pickle, which is a brown trout.
Which is a bass.
I've heard broth.
Super happy you're here. Super happy.
Stoked.
So, brown lining. Okay, we'll go with that.
Reaching.
We're drinking some red wine.
What's the Lazy Bones?
Yeah, this is actually pretty good, you guys. This is also from Trader Joe's. Lazy Bones, compliments of Skinny Bones. So there's a theme there. It's good though. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, there's hints of this and there. It's just good. It just tastes good.
It's like a midnight walk through a wet garden. It's very nice. It's crisp.
I'm already regretting it.
That's all I want to know.
Jack said, why didn't you push him down the stairs? He's very agile.
Those stairs are fucking dangerous. They are not made for fat people.
But he managed to keep his balance. But they're still later. They're still 7:55, 8 o'clock, 8:15.
The night is much like my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's just up in the air. So, I don't know. I don't know if anybody fishes for carp out there. You better, because guess what? It's the only thing you're going to be able to fish for when you're this old. Let's play a game called Guess the Age. It's older than 20. So if you like catching fish, and you like to see your backing, and you like sight fishing, and you don't like driving far, and you like warm weather, and you like lots of fish, and you like easy flies to tie,
You like gross warm water that you like peed yourself in.
then carp might be for you.
Yeah.
But if you like banging your head against the wall all day,
Casting for thousands of times.
Thousands of times.
Peg through the nose.
Half of chickens. I mean, I appreciate all the people that come fishing with me, but it's like, what, March 18th? I can't do another day where I'm like, oh, it's nice water. Good conditions out there.
We fished it well. We covered good water. Covered good water well.
They're not there. They are not there. And I don't want to do it anymore.
I like trout.
I just want to do something else. So, carp's up. Go to the Deschutes and fish trout.
I like trout.
Wow, where do I even start?
Don't.
I like women, so I'm going to go ahead and fish for carp. You can fish for trout. Okay, that's a chop right there off the bat. So let's get this started.
Let's get this hot shit on this,
Now, when I talked to John Montana, he's got a lot more carp experience than a lot of us. I like the size 10, like a heavy wire scud hook. I always try to look through the package. It's cardboard, Eric. You're not going to be able to see my face
and backwards
through the package. But I like a heavy wire scud hook because it's a wide gap and it's heavy. Agreed?
Fuck them. They're non-native, so it doesn't matter.
Are they non-native?
Yeah.
They've been here for a long time though.
Doesn't mean they're supposed to be here. Look at brown trout.
This is sound racist. The way you're saying you're making it sound racist.
Now how fish matter. So what I'm saying is
you're like, oh, they gotta go. They're immigrating here and they gotta go and they're brown. It's real. You got it. There's a racist tinge to it that's coming off. That's making me feel uncomfortable.
I like carp.
Okay, now you like them.
Carp are good.
But you just don't want them in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay, this is where it's going. So I like a wide gap because they're big. But when I talk to John, he's like, yeah, I get a lot more on size 12, which you look at this tiny ass fly and you're like a 15 pound or 20 pound fish. Why do they want to eat that? So I think it's kind of similar to like when you hit a spring creek and you have large trout eating tiny midges or something like that. Like that's what they're used to eating. This guy's the trout guy, so maybe he can weigh in. Like the wahi.
What is his argument? Do you want extra stout or smaller?
That you want a smaller hook. Like you want to tie on a 12 because it looks like a bigger gap. But you want to tie on a 10 because it's a bigger gap hook, and you're like, oh, there's big fish and it's heavy gauge, so you want a stouter hook.
Unless you're getting them here.
You do get them on that if you get a Savi's, but the big water. But he's John. Not God, John likes the smaller hook. So if you're fishing like the wahi or something and they're eating size 20 midges, you want to throw a 16 because you can see it. You can tie it on, but they're not going to eat it, right?
I would argue that for a carp's mouth and how they eat, you want a smaller hook. Let them actually ingest it and then get them.
Fascinating stuff, right? Okay, move on.
This is why we tune in.
This is why we get it. So anyways, we're going to tie on a size 12. And I like the MFC packages, but the reason they're so cheap is I swear to God, the plastic wrap, it's just whatever. Don't get me started. It sucks. What rod weight do you like?
7, 8.
Yeah.
8.
9.
8's pretty safe.
Yeah, 8's pretty safe. 8's kind of the middle road. 8 is probably the 5 weight of carp fishing. So if you're trout fishing, you fish a 4, 5, and a 6, and 8 is kind of the 5 weight.
Big sea carp though.
Big sea carp or big Willamette carp. Yeah, you probably want an 8 or 9. Little side rant. We're not going to get on a big thing here, but as I put this bead on, and if you give a shit, it's a 1/8 inch, 3.3 millimeter tungsten bead. I like a little bit of weight to get it. I do a drag and drop. I'm the only person that does it. No one's ever done it like that. Just kidding. Everybody does it. But when I drag and drop, I do it kind of close, so I want it to get down. Other people like a slow flutter. They drag and drop further ahead of those fish. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. The sidebar that I want to say is, and I'm not going to get way into it, but I've been guiding and fishing. Well, I've been fishing the Deschutes. Fuck that river. I've been fishing the Clackamas for almost 13 years now, right? This is my 13th year. Whatever.
Here it comes.
And I've been guiding it for 8 or something like that. So I've never had any issues with people low holing or anything like that. Like, oh, people pop out below you, you go talk to them down there, oh, it's fine, or like whatever. I just don't have those problems. And I was working last week, had a couple of my favorite guys. Oh, there goes that. That is gone.
That's $1.
That's $1 right there. That happened to me at the fucking shop too. So this is it's going good. So I'm fishing two of my favorite dudes. They're good fishermen, mellow. We're having a good day. It's sunny, you know, but like, you know, it's sunny as shit, and the winter's been really hard. So we're going through most of the day. Yeah, see, it's pretty good.
The way it lands,
It's not bad. But there's also, you got to take into consideration the water. So it's going to flutter a bit. So we fish pretty much all day. We do Feldheimer to Carver. We're coming into Lunchbox, if you know that run. It's the one you turn around, you can see Mount Hood. And as we're coming in, no one's in there. And so I talked to my guys, so I was like, hey, if you have a preference, I could drop somebody on river right, somebody on river left. Let's cover the whole run. Might as well. If there's nobody down here. There wasn't a lot of boats on the water. I wasn't worried about choking it up or whatever. And so I drop the one guy off on river right, start rowing across the river left, and just as I start to kind of slide into the shallows and drop anchor, my other dude goes, oh, there's a guy walking in behind you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You know. So, question to the viewers, what's the etiquette? You're a guide. You dropped a guy off on river right. You row across to river left. You're about to drop anchor, and a guy is coming from upriver walking down with two dogs. What's the etiquette?
That run specifically, drop your anchor.
And?
Let him fish. Not to let your dude fish. He can jump in at the top.
That's your call?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's someone you know. Otherwise, he's just a normal Joe, and the thing is, jump in at the top.
All right, nobody's watching, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to answer. Colby's wrong. So, that run, shit, where did I put the fucking B chains at?
First come, first fish. That's right, Jack. That is right. We beat him across. What?
The black B chain eyes. Did I not bring them over here? I thought I had them.
Christ almighty.
Go check over there.
Yeah, let me.
Check over there. So, first come, first fish. Yeah, early bird gets worm. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you guys, but so coming from a guide perspective, not that that's a big fucking deal, like, oh, guide perspective, but like trying to be a steward of the river and set a good example. We had already made the plan, right, to do what we're gonna do. Not over there. I swear I fucking brought them over here.
Nada.
They're not in that bag. They're not loose. They're like, it's loose. I swear.
Is it loose?
It's loose. They're black. They're matte. I swear.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you know what? I bet they're. I outsmarted myself.
Not hard.
It's not hard. No, it's not hard to do that. Got him.
Like
Don't worry, everybody.
Like leaving your vice at the shop because you ran from an old man.
Fish is better from river right anyway. Yeah, totally. Depends on technique, I think. Okay. Yeah. It does fish better from river right.
Oh, Larry likes the right. I like the left.
I like the right.
I like the left.
Well, whatever. So, but I already had Ben on river right, so I didn't want him to go one after another if I could avoid it. Anyways, long story short, I pull in, I drop anchor as my guy's like, hey, there's a guy behind you. I was like, oh shit. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this guy's gonna just like come down, be a human being and be like, ah, fuck man, like I almost got here before you. I walked in, it's a long walk, way up top. I don't even know where he came in from because the gate is closed and there's like a chain link above it, so I don't know.
It's not that long of a walk.
Okay, well whatever.
Let's keep the walk on the down low.
Okay, well it's a walk. And I was just, in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, if he wants to fish it or whatever, that's fine. Like, guys, it's 60 degrees or hotter. It's bluebird all day. It hasn't been a good run of steelhead. Like, there's boats floating by. Like, we're not going to get them anyways. We're just trying to have a good time.
Long story long.
Long story even longer. Well, good, because this fly's not going to take me that long. It wasn't supposed to be like this. This is how it's going down. I turn around, this guy's like, just like, throwing F-bombs, right? Which I'm comfortable with, but like, it was awkward because we hadn't even talked yet. He's like, this fucking low holer, and he kept saying like Clackamas River low holer. Like, is that a thing? Is that like a?
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, that's me, huh? I've never low holed anybody in my life. Fuck that.
Except this
you.
guy.
Yeah, and I've high holed you too, and I've caught fish both times. Anyways, he's like, this fucking guy, fucking low holer, fuck, and I'm like, what are you fucking about? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, you fucking came over here and low holed me. I was like, dude, I didn't even see you. First off, I'm in a fucking boat. Do I turn around and row with my fucking head pointing backwards like a fucking retard?
Was he in
Not
Camo-
PC, I
Camo
know,
Sims?
but I'm hot. No, he's just some old douche. And I'm like, I didn't see you. Plus, like, we had a plan. Like, I dropped the guy off over there. If I was trying to cut you off, wouldn't I have bombed over to the other side? But we talked for a little bit. I gave him a cigarette, shot the shit, then I came over. And he's just fucking running his mouth. And I'm like, all right, fucking telephone tough guy, fucking hop in then and go below us. He's like, no, you guys, blah, 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 and walks above us again. And I'm like, okay, here's the facts. We didn't know you were there. You're acting like a fucking child. We told you to go below us. You're not. So what the fuck exactly do you want from me? Like, what the fuck, what's the outcome here? Do you just want to fucking complain? And I think that's it, because he walked up the bank, my guy fished, put your spoiler hats and surprise faces on. He didn't get one. And this guy's up fucking stream on his phone just like complaining to like his boyfriend or his wife or whatever the fuck he's got going on. And it was just a shit show. So all this I'm just saying is, so Larry says, if that guy wants to be low hole, tell him to go to the coast. Yeah, there you go. The point of the story is etiquette is don't assume you know the situation. The whole classic saying, when you assume you turn an ass out of you and me, right? But don't assume you know. So if somebody's rowing in, or if you're swinging flies and a gear guy jumps below you, don't think, oh, this guy fucking hates me.
Just shoot him.
Don't shoot them. Just walk up and be like, hey, if you're swinging flies, be like, hey, I'm swinging flies. You care if I swing through? I'm just going to just keep stepping down, fish my way through. 100% of the time I've said that, the guys are like, yeah, like, you're stupid. You're going to catch my fly? No way. Go ahead. Have at it. And the other times where people have come up to me and been like, hey, like I walked in, or whatever they're talking about, we're just human beings, it works out. So the point of that story is,
communicate.
No, fuck that piece of shit and the horse he rode in on, and I'm going to tell him to fuck off every time I see him on the river. The side note is, have etiquette.
You can jump in above me or you can blow me. That's the river rule.
If they blow you, can they?
Oh, they can have all the water. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it depends on the quality.
Okay, here we go. So we've got thread and a bead on, and it's 7:25. Many thanks. So here's the different stuff. So John Montana, he doesn't use a tungsten bead. He uses just this bead chain eyes. He wants it to slowly float down. That's fine. I just do it different. So I got the little tungsten bead on there. It drops pretty quick. Then I got these little guys. It's a matte black bead chain. I don't want flash coming off my bead chain as that fly is sinking. I think the carp, they're funky, man. They act weird. So take that flash aspect out of it, okay? Dry Fly Colby. Is that your name now?
That's my buddy Terry.
And
he's a good dude.
You're Dry Fly Colby?
I'm Dry Fly. Well, I mean, he's within my circle of friends. I'm the asshole that won't fish anything but a dry. Yeah. Spoiler alert, I don't rope them.
Yeah.
But I get a couple, you know, I get them on my terms, and that's gratifying.
But, I mean, like, you don't nymph, like that story you told me when you were with Carly up on the Henry's Fork.
Oh, yeah, I'd rather just sit and watch 4 hours. You spent
money.
Yeah.
And you just sat there, but, like, then I was like, well, why don't you just fish a streamer? And you're like,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, this year, a little different game plan.
Yeah, I mean...
I didn't have a streamer setup, really. I could have done it, I guess, on the 4-way.
You don't have a streamer setup, you just tie one on. You just take a streamer and then you tie it to your line. Yeah, that's the setup.
More or less. You can't really force that on a timed 4-weight. It's kind of a...
I don't trout fish, and I'll throw a sex dungeon on a 4-weight. Oh God!
You can't say that word.
Can't say that word. Sex dungeon.
Although I did see a dry humper today.
Oh no!
That's another quality fly. Let's talk about.
God, man.
Dry humper.
I mean, things to worry about in the world. I'd put those two at the very tippity top.
Yeah, sex dungeon.
Yeah. Just kidding. Fuck that shit. So, Ta-da! Look at what
It's
we
done.
got. So
whip finish and done.
yeah, whip finish and done. So we got a little tungsten bead here. That's it. And we got this bead chain eye matte black. What that does is when that fly sinks, I'm not going to be able to get it to sit on this, but when it sinks, oh, look at that. It just sits perfectly. There's like a little tripod.
You could barely, yeah.
It just sits right on the bottom with this little beacon, this little homing beacon. Just, it's like a little aquatic worm or a small clammer. I don't know what carp eat. I've heard people say these words, so I repeat it. Okay. So we're gonna flip this over to get that tail on. So really advanced stuff. Wowie wee wah. And John and I both agree the chenille wine, it gets it done. You could tie with squirmy wormies, you can tie in red chenille, brown chenille, you can tie whatever you want. I don't know why they like this color the most, but they do. Now, again, to get that tripod sitting down, don't tie that big old chenille on there. Take your fingernails and dig in there and just kind of peel it off so you have that. You just have that thread. That's what you want.
How did you like the kayak class on Sunday? Oh, you must have done upper on Sunday?
No, they came all the way through to Carver. I did Feldheimer to
this time of
Carver
year,
on Saturday.
especially sunny weather, you're gonna get a lot of rubber.
How did you like the kayak? Yeah, the guy was like shouting stuff. I mean, whatever. They're allowed.
They're recreating.
Yeah, they're recreating. It's not a big deal. I don't know about stealing and stuff like that. He seemed to be a good teacher.
It's not like they're in like 6 North Rivers barreling upstream.
Yeah.
And back downstream.
Yeah, whatever group that is can
Fuck them.
suck my whole dick from the back. Okay, so then we're just gonna get, this is micro polar chenille and olive. So it's just like a tiny strand of olive. You can put dubbing on your thread and wrap it around, but you don't need to, okay? Do you have a preferred leader setup for carp? Short is key. I've kind of tweaked it over the last couple years. It's not super important. If you're just starting out, 7.5 foot, 3X. There you go. You'll break off on some carp, but they'll still eat it. You don't need to have a 9-foot leader because they're usually pretty close. Over the last 2 years, I've done like a 7.5 foot leader, and then I'll tie on 12 inches of like, I don't know, 6-pound fluorocarbon or something like that, just a little bit lighter. If the water's clear, if it's dirty, it doesn't matter.
4 scissors.
How many scissors
4
on the
scissors
table
is
is
too
too
much.
much? 1, 2, there's 4 here. Well, there's 5. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
I'm gonna blame that on Nate. He had me count my scissors,
Well, I'll be back.
and I dumped pretty much that whole glass of wine on my table. Fan-fucking-tastic. I told you this this one's gonna be good. And by good, I mean bad. They can only go downhill from from here because I literally have no flies to tie left. The winter steelhead season was the worst I've ever seen it. And I just literally don't give a fuck anymore. So tune in next week because it's gonna just be screaming, yelling, and breaking shit. Because you know what?
Fucking Christ.
The only thing to fish for anymore is trout. And who cares about those shitty, stupid, dumb fish? Thank you.
I do. I like trout. Go trout. Team trout. 1, 2, 3. Trout.
So stupid.
Oh, which wine you've wasted.
I mean, I'm aware. I mean, wring it out in your mouth. That's what you want.
I thought it crossed my
I
mind.
mean, whatever.
Waste not, want not. It's alright. It's only like, $6 a bottle.
Yeah,
I rounded up on that one. I didn't know I had,
that's good.
Good enough, huh? Good enough for government work?
Fantastic.
Great.
I just fucking swear to God.
We're having fun.
Right.
I'm having fun.
Dave said, did he get the deal done on the waiting stick? Oh yeah, the guy that came in that was talking waiting staff.
Oh,
for 45 minutes.
dude. Oh.
Said you did
No, he didn't buy any.
That's why I got the fuck out of
That's
there.
like the worst part. He was like, so what is the difference between the, now don't get me wrong, Sims does what? It's like $150 weighting stuff.
I think of the carbon fiber one with the core.
And then he was like, so what's the difference between that one and the $60 one? And I was like, price, build, quality, features, everything. How well made are the $60 ones? Not well, particularly. It's $60. He'd hem and haw on it, and then, okay, well, thank you. And just left. It's like, you just finger fucked all of those and left. Whatever.
See, and that's why I left, because my answer would have been like, well, you're 1,000 years old, so you need the expensive one because it's got the cork grip.
What's up, Caleb?
When you fall, that carbon fiber is not going to snap. So like that's kind of a rule of thumb in the fishing industry.
You're gonna break it?
That they don't tell you. No, if you're under like 40, especially if you're under 30, you can buy the cheap shit because you can make the rods work, you can make the shitty flies work, you can make the shitty lines work, you can make the shitty boots work, you can deal with the cold when your shitty waders leak, you can deal with the shitty boat when it doesn't track right, you can dig in with the shitty oars when they don't row right. As you get older, you suck.
You fucking suck.
You fucking suck. You can't wade, you can't row, you can't cast, you can't see the fucking lines, you can't see the hooks, you can't see shit.
I want to record this so in 5 years I can play it to you.
5? Like 2. 2
years. Be like, you fucking suck.
So, congratulations, you made it. You got older. You didn't die. So that's great. High five. But like, don't buy the cheap shit. You're old. You need to buy the good shit. That's why you're old. You worked a job. You've got money.
Right. You can't
spend it on
take it with
the
you.
good shit.
Yeah.
If you're young, don't buy the shitty shit.
What's up, Caleb? Save us some fish up there, up north. If you could just save us like 1 or 2, it'd be nice.
So just do that, or don't. I mean, don't. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Do it. Don't do it. People are out there. They're like, oh, I'm still gonna buy the $40 waiting staff. Whatever, Gramps. Eat shit, break your jaw, snap your knee, and then you're off the water for fucking 2 years. I don't care. And also, the guys are like, well, I'm young and like I want to buy the expensive stuff. Fine, do that too. Again, I don't give a shit. This is just this is just shit from guiding
At a certain point, I'm like, look,
giving you advice.
Jack, close your ears. I'm being paid minimum wage to do minimum work. So
Actually, you're getting paid twice the minimum wage for the rest of the country.
Either buy something or don't buy something. Get out. That's all I want.
Well, I mean, I want to help them to get the right shit, but they don't. What they don't need to do is buy the wrong shit for their age bracket. So that's when I get frustrated.
You're getting the graph out. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting the graph out big time. They know the whatever. Take waders for example. They know the waders they need to buy, but they don't want to buy them, and it's just like, I didn't make them, you know. Mm-hmm. I can't change the price, and I can't make them any difference. Like,
I've never been warmer though.
I mean, they're just good waders.
I've never been warmer. Bootfoots.
Yeah, bootfoots are great, but I don't care.
Can't beat warm feet.
I probably won't be guiding in 2 years. That's all I'll say. There's no way I can keep this up that people will want to keep fishing with me in 2 years. That's all I can say. There's no fucking way. Look at that piece of shit that just broke. There's no way that this is going to work out. I mean, and so the benefits of that is when you come into the shop, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm going to tell you exactly what you want. And a majority of people just don't listen. Okay, case in point, I'm not going to get way into this. I might have to have you take over.
I can see why you like carp, judging by how that's tied.
I'm a bunch of That's what I'm gonna do. That looks great. That's a great looking fly right there. See what happens.
What were you gonna open up on?
I don't even know if I should. I don't know.
Is it salsa verde? Kind of hot?
It's just industry stuff, but it's just shit. But I cut the bottom off of all that hackle and stuff. It helps it do its little
drop test.
Its little sit. See? And then if you want, you could burn the tip just to make a little point. Dave says do it. I feel like there's a chart for this. There probably is. Old folks need all the help they can get. I know, Don. Don's great. He's just like, he just takes our advice. He's like, oh, that's good advice. I'll do that. And then he's just comfortable and everything's good.
He likes trout.
That turned out great, by the way. I'm just going to go that. No,
The carp would eat that.
no, I'll go ahead and just, I don't care. You know I don't care. I know I don't care. So let's just get into it. What do we have? Yeah, we got 22 minutes. I'm going to have to walk and go get a pack of cigarettes. Because I was like, oh,
I should have brought some.
Well, I almost texted you and been like, hey, pick up a pack of
Oh,
cigarettes.
that's right. I couldn't go home first. I had to drop someone off someone's vice.
How many S's were in that sentence right there?
3 too many.
Yeah.
3 too many.
There's a lot. A lot of S's.
Yahtzee.
All right. A little late. What pattern do you tie? Fly fishing Grayson. It's 7:39, bro. You can come on here right now. You can ask what pattern is.
You can get the program?
Fuck, man. All right. Look it up. It's called John Montana's Carp Fly. I can't get it closer
Hybrid.
than that. John Montana's hybrid. I do it a little different. Pinky out. You know it, Nate. That's funny. I do it different. This will be on Northwest Fly Fishing Outfitters IGTV. So if you really want to see how we do it, that's how I'll go. The other thing is I got a YouTube channel. Whatever. Look up Eric Leninger. You can figure out how to spell that yourself because I don't care about people subscribing or smashing that like button. I don't give a shit.
What's up, addicts?
Yeah. I just do it so people will either laugh at me being an idiot or they can learn how to tie a fly. So I got another camera that's zoomed in here that'll help you out. Again, whatever you do, don't type my name into YouTube and go to the page and like it and subscribe. Go to the page, that's fine.
Actually, report it.
Yeah, report it, yeah. Fucking flag me. But just go to it and just watch the videos to learn how to tie and stupid shit like that and funny stuff. I don't care. I don't like YouTube. I don't want the money from you. Whatever. Just don't do it. Just go there and just use your eyeballs and look at it and tie. Okay? Rant over. What hook? Holy fuck. Okay. It's a MFC heavy wire scud, 70-45, and a size 10 that we're tying on. That being said, I like it on a size 12. It's backwards.
Scudly Dudley.
Flag for ageism. That's funny. Some funny people in
It
here.
is true, though.
Anyway, so side rant, and I'll probably edit this out on my YouTube because I'll wake up and be like, oh, that was too much. But we're just going to get into it.
Hit it.
So anybody that's fished with me knows that I like to fish the fist head for winter steelhead because it goes floating, intermediate, sink 3. You get this nice tilt. But then everybody fishes a level sink tip, either the S series, which is stupid, S2, S3, S5, whatever, or T8, T11, or T14, okay? So your fucking Skagit head is doing this, and then your sink tip sinks the same rate. So as you come in, you just grab every fucking boulder on the planet, just fucking everything's getting caught in there, and you're losing flies, and the shops are just like, hell yeah, and we're just raking in dough because you're losing like 16 flies.
And the overhead on sink tips is glorious.
Yeah, and they're buying sink tips and shit like that, and you're just breaking off, and all these companies will be like, oh, you got to get deep, and all these professionals are like, oh, you got to get the fly deep, and you do, but don't lose your shit, okay?
Steelhead don't look down.
They don't look down, but you need to get it there. So when
Says
When
the
you
guy
talk-
doesn't end.
yeah, says the guy that doesn't mend, this guy. When you talk to gear guys and they're like, oh, like not typical winter's not this winter. This winter can fucking blow me, but like typical winters, if it's slow, the gear guys are like, wow, we only got 2, and you're like, fuck, you got 2? Why? Why are the gear guys getting 2? Are they better fishermen than you? Probably not. I mean, they're just flicking out a spin reel and whatever. But they can adjust that slip bobber so that bead or that worm is either here on a steelhead, here, too low, too high, and they do multiple presentations through there, right? Okay. No men game, yeah, fuck that shit. So if you throw that fist line or a game changer, your shit's like this, and then your level sink tip is like this, and you hang up on everything, right? So years ago, maybe 3 years ago, maybe even longer, when I started fishing that fist head, I started thinking like, why the fuck am I fishing a level sink tip? And I was hanging up on everything. So we had extra scraps of sink tips as I'm building sink tips at the shop and shit. And so I started just piecing them together. I started laying them over, putting level tubing over it, heating it, rolling it out, combining them, using, different sections, like 4 feet of T8 and 3 feet of T11 and 2 feet of T14, or all these different...
It's a sink tip, not an atom bomb. What are you talking about here?
Exactly. See, that's the guy that doesn't catch steelhead compared to the guy that does catch steelhead, and he's like, oh, you're overthinking it, what are you doing?
Einstein over here is doing algebra.
I mean, hey, you want to fucking catch him or not? So, especially when it's tough. Sam Sickles just texted me, get the fuck out of here. What line do you like in 8136? No line, because I'm a G. Loomis ambassador, but I fucking hate that rod. I tried a 600 fist.
Give me that. Can I borrow that rod?
I think that's the best line for it.
Sam, 575 launch. Rio. You'll figure it out.
How much time do we have left? So, before I was rudely interrupted. So anyways, I started building these tips. And here's the secret, everybody. This is how you build them. It's 2 feet of T8. It is 7 feet of T11, so that's 9.5 feet. And then it's 3 feet of T14. That's the formula. It casts the best, and you got this nice tilt. So you fish a fist or a game changer, and you go from floating to intermediate to sink 3, or the game changer is floating, hover to intermediate, that line's garbage, throw it in the trash, or it goes floating, intermediate, sink 2, sink 3. Either of those work. You get that tilt going, okay? You attach a sink tip that is T8 to T11 to T14. So as you cast out, when you mend it and straighten everything out, now your fly and your T14 is straight, and so it just sinks like this. So as your swing comes in, your swing and your fly goes over the top of the boulders. So it does two things. It gets deep out in the run, so you get the fish that are bigger, that want to hold in heavier, deeper water, and you get the fish that are resting in the shallower, slower water. I gave this, so here's the industry shit. So I sent this to Ray Jeff Sports. They're like, yeah, we'll make it. Never made it. 2 years went by, never made it. And they kept saying like, oh, you want the, they're like, everybody freaks out. They're like, oh, T14, oh, T14. Oh, it's at the end. Oh, the diameter, it's so thick. Oh, you get T8 at the Skagit. Oh. Have you cast a Skagit? It's this fucking thick. It's gonna turn it over, okay? We're not trying to win the fucking Spay-O-Rama, okay? I don't need the T14 to be on the end of my Skagit. I want the T8 there because we're talking about fucking sink rates, okay? So they never made it. Then I sent an email to the other fly fishing company. Yeah, let's just say they're Rio, because it is. And they wrote back, they're like, well, to be honest, we're worried about the diameter of the T14, and if you use T8, so T8 and compared to T11 is, so T11's 3 grains heavier than T8, and I'm just like, bitch, who do you think you're talking to? Yeah, is T11 3 grains heavier than T8? Is this basic algebra? Is this just addition? I've worked at a fly shop for 7 years. I've thrown a fucking 2-hander for 13 years. I know the grain weight. I'm telling you, a paper pusher that works at a fucking fly fishing company, that this is the shit, and I'm picking people's pockets like it's going out of style. And you write back, it's not going to cast that great, but thanks for the advice. I mean, this is the shit that drives me fucking crazy. Why doesn't anyone listen? Why doesn't anybody listen?
Kelly Gallup video.
Oh.
You're welcome.
And if you want to see some shit and you think I'm full of it, go look up Kelly Gallup streamer fishing. He just released a video like 2 months ago.
Masterclass? Something like that. Master something?
I think it's just streamer fishing. Look at the one that just came out 2 months ago, okay? Like somewhere in the video I tried to find...
It's like 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in.
He talks about the shovel head that he created. Fucking Kelly Gallup. Like, we fucking cut our
Sex dungeon.
Sex dungeon. We fucking cut our teeth at this guy's streamer fishing. And he's like, yeah, I had a chunk of T14 at the end. Then I had 250 grain, then 200 grain. Sound fucking familiar? It should, because it's just what I fucking said. And the same shit. He's like, oh, the companies were like, oh, it's going to cast like shit. And he's like, actually, it casts pretty good. What did they do? They made his line, because he's Kelly Gallup, and they told me to fuck off. Won't these companies just be like, hey, this guy's been doing it for 13 or 20 or 30 years, maybe we should listen to him. But no, they look at their little fucking pen and paper and they do the fucking addition and they're like, oh, this stick to this stick doesn't work, so I can't cast it. Oh my God, I'm so hot.
This is spicy. This is
It's
like
spicy.
you're missing royalties.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah, see, this guy's like, should have gotten SIGs. Okay, I'm not going to go off anymore, but I will say this. When you go into a fly shop, talk to the angriest person there because they probably know shit and they won't sell you a bunch of bullshit that you don't need because all these companies want to confuse you so you have to buy all this bullshit and you don't need it to catch fish. There you go. Rant end.
Would you rather have a client that didn't mend or a client that would hang up on the inside every time?
I would rather have a client that hung up every time. Well, let's talk about water conditions. Is the river high?
No.
If the river's low, I want them to mend and get in the gut, and if it comes in the inside, they hang up, whatever. The fish aren't there. If the river's high, I would rather them not mend and not hang up in the inside because that's where the fish are at. It's not rocket science, guys. They want to be in soft water. If there's a bunch of cover and there's only a foot of visibility, they'll be 10 feet from you. If it's fucking sunny as shit and it's clear as shit, they're not going to be right there. They're going to be in the deep shit. So get it out there. Doesn't matter if you hang up at the inside. Oh, what about the hang down? The hang down. Fuck the hang down. Fuck the hang down. That's a bumper sticker.
Fuck hang down
It's
fish.
stupid. You never hook them properly. It's a shitty grab. It's at the end of your swing. It's dumb. I don't care.
Would you rather have a hang down fish or nothing?
Nothing. Absolutely 100%.
100%?
Absolutely.
I think I'd rather have a hang down fish than nothing.
That's because you're a trout fisherman.
That's a shot.
It is. Because I don't care about the fight. All I want is the grab. After that, if they cartwheel a couple times, that's cool, but I don't need to see them and I don't need to get them in. I just want them to just eat it, and then I go, gotcha, bitch. And then if they throw it off, that's fine. But if it's at the hang down, just dangling there, just nothing, and it goes, and I set, and it cartwheels and it's off, it's like, I might as well have been hooked on a stick. I mean, the same shit happens. I go like this a couple times, I flick it off, and it comes off. It's done.
You break your Beulah.
Sorry, Frank. I'm sorry for that broken Beulah.
Let's fish an intermediate head through here.
Yeah, see, even Jack, he knows hang down fish suck. Okay. That was, I got a little into it, but so anyway, somebody asked, are these sink tips available? I did see that, I didn't mean to ignore you.
Extra.
I am going to stick it to these companies and I'm going to start making them at the shop on Thursdays or Fridays if I have time, and we're going to start selling them. So there you go. The downside is you don't need them in the summertime. So maybe I'll build up a bulk inventory so when winter comes around we can fish them. But you go up to Alaska, fish for kings. They're pretty fucking good. That's where the idea came from. I'm not going to tell you the whole story of how I realized this is like, oh shit, our fly isn't fishing half the swing. It just, people throw it out, they do some fucking bullshit mend. You got a big belly in it, even though your Skagit's straight, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm
You need
fishing.
to find that video.
And your sink tip, it's got a fucking giant belly in it, and it just swings around super quick, and then you get like
Kens.
15 feet of swing.
What's up,
Okay?
Kinsley? You
Oh,
should
hey,
find
Kens.
that video where you saw that validation of the whole like.
I mean, I'll just go out in June to the Clackamas and throw a big old white fly and put the drone up there, and you can see it. I mean, everybody thinks their fly's swinging because their Skagit's straight.
I'm 4 feet down.
Well, the thing is, usually it's going to go downriver like a good ways, and then it gets under tension and it comes around. So that's why you don't get them. Anyways,
Look at all the hearts.
a lot of hearts there.
A lot of hearts.
Anything you want to add? You got the last 8 minutes. I'm tired from.
You're tired? Wow, all that
Yeah.
ranting
Uh-huh.
and spilling wine. I'm just thinking about that cigarette now.
I think we'll walk over to the Chevron and get them.
I got nothing really. I mean, like I find it humorous. We were tying carp flies and we're like, "Fuck, steelhead."
It always comes back to
It
that.
always comes back to steelhead.
Maybe you'll tie next week. You got anything you want to tie next week?
Oh, I am tying next week.
You don't have to.
We're gonna be on the Skag.
Not next week. The week after.
Oh,
It's like the 18th or something today.
I don't know. Does anyone else want to see anything?
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be curious. Ship to worst case on. Ship the tips to Ontario.
Oh yeah.
Where's the banner?
Didn't buy the little hanger things. Next week I'll have it up there.
Do you want salmon flies?
Oh yeah. Well, we're coming around to that time of the year. March Browns or salmon flies.
It's already done March Browns.
Oh, you did?
I don't know. Trout. People get weird on trout. People get really weird.
I bet they'd be stoked to see some salmon flies.
Who's this reef skunk fucker?
He's good.
Questionable.
It was
sus.
the Four
Pretty
Scissors
sus.
comment that fucked it all. It was, Nate. Fucked it right up. Copper John. I mean, that's appreciate the info there, Don, but maybe some. What gets
do I? No, we can do it. I think. Fuck it. Whatever. This has been a shit show. No, if I'm tying next week, I'm totally cool. It's just what are these 37 people want to see? I'd be curious to humor them.
I think
GP.
Yeah, because I thought.
Oh, you should watch the last GP video.
Yeah.
That was high class.
Mm-hmm.
Surf perch flies. I'll do clousers all day. I don't give a shit.
I think salmon fly would be kind of cool, just because you got they got a month to prep for it.
Yeah, Bex is not watching next week. Good. I'm better for it. Ooh.
You got some hate out there,
I do.
bro.
Because I'm not some fucking mustachioed tube throwing around carp asshole.
You got a mustache.
It's coming in. It's not authoritative.
It's not. You got a good neck beard though. What's a neck beard in there?
Requires some mild grooming. Fuck, I don't know. Am I tying next week or the week after that?
Well, the week after that, I think the week after that is the day before we go to
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you don't have to. I'll figure something out.
GP
at Cat's Cowboy.
3. Oh, cool. 3 votes for a GP. Gus, we're doing... and I'll actually practice a GP. Crazy. That's a foreign idea.
So not next week, the Friday before we go to the Skagit?
Whatever that week is, I'll do a GP.
The 26th?
And then I'll fish the GP out there.
Cool. You can fish in front of me.
I will. I learned how to mend.
Mm-hmm. Says the
Famous
guy.
last words.
Okay, so he's going to be doing GPs not next week, but the week after, which I think is the 26th. What's Dancing Ricky?
Bobby.
What's a Dancing Ricky? No, he says it's a
Kinsley.
good. No, it says it's a good salmon fly.
A Dancing Ricky?
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, that is one thing that is kills me at the shop, is you have dudes coming in there with a shopping list, and it's like they walk into Willy Wonka's fucking chocolate factory, and they're like, I need humdingers and bing bongers and zing zingers and doom doomers, and you're like,
You don't know those?
we don't have those.
Those are in the back.
We don't have, we're fresh out of zing zongers and ding dingers.
It's good. It's a good pattern.
It kills me.
I'm just glad I got away with just tying one of these.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
bullshit.
I did not want
That's
to
bullshit.
tie.
I have to do a whole GP now, and you did one fucking half-ass hybrid.
I mean, looks pretty good.
Green Drakes, good dunk. Colby is the guy for Drakes. Yeah, we can do Drakes some other time.
You could do Drakes next week, and then you can do GPs the following Friday.
Let's just do GPs and Drakes.
You're not going to tie both those in an hour.
Bet.
Okay.
Less talky.
Oh, it's an Andrew Grills pattern.
I'm not very familiar with a whole lot of girls' patterns.
I need me some zing.
Zing zingers. You need some zing zingers and ding dingers. The butt kind. What?
The butt kind of breaks the surface. I mean, I can see it from here. Are you also blind? So Savannah's blind.
I'm blind.
You're blind. I'm pretty sure Jack's blind.
No, Jack's old and bald.
Chops. It's pretty sick.
I'll tie whatever the fuck they want. You want a GP? I'll tie a GP. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
You just need to order some hooks.
Andrew's like, I'm blind. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week. I don't even know if I'm going to tie next week. Cam says I don't need a ding dinger or a ding dinger, but it's a cool pattern. I mean, I kind of like the name after everybody's said it a couple times. They're like, oh, zing zinger, ding dinger. I'm like, I kind of like the sound of it. I don't know if I'm tying next week.
Do we get AJs quickly? No.
We've got AJs at the shop.
Big AJs?
Like size 3?
Like big boy AJs, yeah.
Size 3?
Yeah.
We got them there.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll tie next week. maybe Colby does. I don't know. We'll figure
No
it
one
out.
knows, apparently.
I don't think anyone cares.
Tune in next week. No one knows.
I may just, you know what I want to do? Well, not what I want to do, but what I think would be kind of fun
Let's just do it.
is not tie flies. How's that?
We could tie one on.
You got to get out of here. Don't you got to go? I think. Yeah, I think that's your phone.
Is that my Uber? My Uber's
I
here?
think that's your phone. A zebra midge.
Zebra?
Zebra.
Look at all the hearts. Wow.
No, I was thinking just doing like a Q&A, like a ask a guy. Like you got questions about like rods, reels, like rivers, like etiquette, flies, shops, whatever. It'll just give me a Friday off just to shoot the shit with you guys. We could drink a bunch of wine. We'll just have the camera up. No big deal. If that sounds good, let me know. That sounds kind of fun. And then Colby can come back the following week and tie a GP. Because I kind of need a fucking break, you guys. Yes, rant session, alcohol talk. Okay, we got one vote for it. Kins, she's in.
You should do it from the couch.
What if what if it's a she who low holds you? Just talk to him. If it's a she or a he or a he or a he, she or whatever.
Yeah,
just
I'm an equal opportunist. You know, if anyone's low holding me, they can all blow me.
Yeah.
That's and it goes for anybody.
Yeah, drunk Q&A. See, Dave's barred back. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Okay, Dawn, you have Noki on the brain 2 weeks in a row.
Noki and rant. Can we do that? I'm inviting myself for Noki and rants.
I mean, while Savannah cooks.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Not for me.
Yeah, not for you.
I'm into it. Couch. We have our own bottles of wine.
I don't know. We'll think about that. Maybe we'll set something up in the den. If you guys want to talk to this guy and you have questions for him, I'll invite him over. But if not, just DM me and just be like, and then that's fine.
Just be the two of us.
I like how Donda says she has med skills. She does medicate.
Heavily. Oysters. I like that the truth finally comes out. That everyone that's on this stream right now is here for the alcohol and rants. When I
Well, the flies tied them in together, you know.
No, I mean half these people are like, fuck the fly, do it from 10 feet away with a zebra midge. We don't need to see it.
Yeah, but the fly, there's something special with that. I mean, we're all fly fishermen. There's
like 1 in 10.
Because you can't see it, doesn't.
1 in 10 want to see a fly down.
Well, you can do what you want.
No.
You create something and you do it every week.
I'm gonna do me.
Okay.
I just want those two people to be happy.
Okay. Well,
I just want Dawn and whoever that other rando is to be happy that they can see a fly being tied.
Yeah. All right. Well, so next week maybe we'll do that. We'll do a little Q&A. Think of some shit you want to ask, or don't. It might just be a rant session, or just like a nice casual conversation with some friends.
Come up with some good rants, some good questions.
I don't need to rant anymore. I'm trying to rant less as I get older. I'm not happy with the ranting, but I can't help it. But I am trying to work on it. So,
Let's go to therapy.
I'm not. I should.
Therapy's been good for him.
If I had extra money, I definitely would. If you have money, go to therapy. Okay. Anything else? It's 8:02. We're going to get out of here. Cheers back at you, D-Spade. Thanks, man. Andrew, good seeing you. Dave, as always. We got a little bit of wine left to finish. Probably wrestle with the dogs a little bit. And we'll get ready for next week. Maybe I'll jot down some topics or something like that to talk about. But it'd be nice to have a week off, you know. Cam, good seeing you, bud.
A week off from what, tying?
No, just from, tying in and all this shit. Yeah.
I see how that's exhausting. I mean, you wore yourself out.
I'm going to throw you through the kitchen window when we get upstairs. Okay. Cheers, guys. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Terry. Bye, Kinsley.
See you, Kins. Fucking no weeks off. There's going to be a week off, Andrew. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Adios.